Hello, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we want to clarify more about frequently asked questions about the processing time for Italian citizenship by descent and by marriage. Also how the process works, because for sure, the process is a very long process. As always, this is Marco Bersani and do not lose any more time. Let's start. First of all, before clarifying the process, so the processing time for each case, for each process by descent or by marriage, there is one thing to keep in mind. This is really important. Nobody, and I say nobody, can guarantee you a specific processing time. Nobody can guarantee you that the processing time will start and end in a certain amount of time. Nobody can say to you, I can guarantee to you that you can have your citizenship in 1 year, 2 years. Nobody can. It's literally impossible. Why? Because there are a lot of third-party authorities involved in the process. Those authorities are out of our control. For example, we cannot predict how long does it take for the immigration offices abroad from your home country to sending you all the documents, or your birth certificate, the marriage certificate, and all the documents required. When we file the application, it takes time. We cannot predict when the consulate or when the court will decide your case. There are, of course, basic rules, some key points, because the law says that the authorities has up to 2 years to finalize. But up to 2 years, it means that they can take 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years. Nobody can predict the processing time. Keep in mind that the most important requirement, we always say that to all clients, the most important requirement is patience. You have to be patient. It's a long process. And that's why we are here also, for assisting you to be sure that the process will be straightforward as possible. So the processing time, how long does it take? Well, we have to distinguish, because for Italian citizenship by descent and by marriage, in both of them, the law says that when you file your application, the public administration has to guarantee a maximum processing time. This is valid for Italian citizenship by marriage. So when you file your application and when your application is accepted, so you have a receipt, protocol number assigned to your case, then from that moment the clock starts. Pay attention that this is valid for all the Italian citizenship application by descent. So it's not important if you apply through your local Italian consulate or through the Italian municipality. The maximum, there is a legal set time frame, so a maximum deadline the authority has to respect. For a lot of Italian consulate abroad, in the United States, in Canada, South America, in Australia, and in many other countries, it's really difficult. We can say it's really impossible to guarantee the 2 years time frame. And that's why the law is your friend in this case, because the law doesn't recognize an exception to the 2 years rule. So it means that for some reason your process will take more than 2 years, then you can file a court request, a judicial request to an Italian judge to recognize your Italian citizenship by descent. Right now the situation is the same, and basically the way to apply right now is well established and well recognized through the court as the fastest way to apply right now, because of the lack of appointments with the Italian consulate abroad. So what I have to keep in mind is that the Italian law recognizes you the right to have a reply, a decision, can be an approval or a denial, but you have the right to have a decision in maximum 2 years. If for some reason the 2 years term is not respected or won't be respected, then you have the right to file an application through the judicial process, the so-called court path. Of course, you need to be assist by an attorney. Of course, for doing that, you cannot do the petition for yourself. This is the way right now, the common way to apply from many countries. I mean, because of the lack of a partner with the Italian consulate abroad. Of course, as always, if you need assistance, if you need a consultation about this, you can always contact us. You can send us an email sharing your situation, share your case if you are facing some issues like the lack of appointments, and we will be more than happy to help you, to advising you to make a consultation, analyze your case, set a tailored strategy for your case, and then move forward with your case. As always, thank you so much for your time and see you on the next videos.